Sal.
Thanks. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sal Pace, and I'm running for U.S. Congress to replace ideology and partisanship and the Tea Party member with someone who's going to focus on practical solutions, solving problems, and putting people back to work. And it's so important right now because so many people are hurting. So many people have been hit hard by this economy. If it's not your own family or a neighbor, it's someone you know who has been hit by bankruptcy or foreclosure. I talk about my Aunt Millie, who lost everything she owns because of medical debt 6 months ago when she had a stroke. And this is not the American dream that we were promised. A dream that if you work hard, you live by the rules, that you should be able to retire in dignity, you put your kids through college, and have an ounce of opportunity in this country. This is being torn away, and equality and justice isn't what it used to be in this country. Instead, what we have are people who are more focused on pushing a narrow ideological agenda over and above serving practical solutions in their constituents. And you ask me, or you might ask me, what do I mean by this? What is ideology over practical solutions? Ideology is a congressman who proudly voted to defund Planned Parenthood. A practical approach is believing that we should have contraception in America.
Yeah.
Ideology is a congressman who voted against doing a study with oil shale on the Western Slope on how it affects Western Slope water resources. A practical approach is, let's know how oil shale affects our water, our drinking water, our water quantity, our water quality. Ideology is voting against re-upping the payroll tax for everyone who has a job and receives a paycheck, while at the same time sponsoring a bill to cut taxes for every single corporation and billionaire in this country. A practical approach is saying we have to address our debt, but we have to do it in a responsible fashion and not burdening our most vulnerable in our society. Ideology is voting and strongly defending the Ryan plan to turn Medicare into a voucher system and Social Security into a privatized system. A practical approach is saying, let's not burden our most vulnerable. Let's look at finding efficiencies in government. Let's deal with our debt, our deficit in a responsible fashion, and not put it on the backs of our senior citizens. I will take an approach that is based on finding practical solutions, solving problems, like I've done my entire time in the legislature. When I went to a park with my kids in Pueblo, and there was a swing set adjacent to a river that's with a sign that said, "Danger, stay out of the water," I decided enough was enough, and I went to the Capitol, and in a bipartisan fashion, we passed a piece of legislation to clean up the dirtiest body of water in Colorado, and we're doing it while making the polluters pay for it. That's a practical approach to solving problems. When I learned that there's a backlog in air quality permits, not because of due diligence, but because of a lack of staff, I worked in a bipartisan fashion to solve a problem and come up with third-party modelers to get through the backlog paid for by the companies who want to expand in this tough economy. And right now the backlog is fixed. These are practical solutions to real problems. We have real problems that need addressing. Now let me tell you about this race. I am so excited Eagle County, or 2/3 of Eagle County, and 2/3 of you are now in the 3rd Congressional District. This is the closest district in the country. This is a district that Barack Obama and John McCain both got 49% in. And initial polls show that this district does not want to re-elect the Tea Party incumbent. By a 15-point margin, 54 to 39, this district says they do not want to re-elect the current congressman. And they want to replace him with someone who's going to solve problems instead of create problems. We have a strong campaign. Every single quarter I've been in the race, we have outraised. We've had twice as many donors as our opponent. In this last quarter, despite that he had over $100,000 in PAC contributions from corporations and we had none, we still outraised him by $30,000. And it's because we have 2,500 individuals, 95% of them have given less than $200 who have helped us raise that money. What that is called is excitement and momentum, and maybe it's not for me, but it's for a new opportunity, it's for a new vision, something that's focused on serving constituents instead of serving the Tea Party. Now, I'm excited about this race. We have been ranked as a red to blue race by the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, which means we are the top target in the entire country. We are going to get there. We are going to win this seat. I'm going to work every single day because I'm not going to wake up on November 7th and lose by 100 votes and have any regrets. So you have my 110% commitment. And my ask of you today is become part of the team, become part of this organization, and I'm delegating all of you, regardless if you're the third on the east end of the county, I'm delegating all of you to become foot soldiers for Sal Pace for Congress, because if we're going to make change, it's going to be on all of our shoulders, and we can get there. And I want to say one last thing. One thing I love about coming to Eagle County and seeing all your great candidates is I realize that I might be the only man on the ticket locally. And I think that's awesome that you have so many strong women candidates like Jill and Diane and your CU Board of Regent candidate. Name escapes you, I'm so sorry. And Jessica. And we're going to get there together. This is a team effort. I'm part of the team. You're part of the team. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be representing you.